All right, you and I were talking about this on the radio program that we do out in Los Angeles, and I want everyone to know Los Angeles County is lucky to have a guy like you, a couple others, now even Nathan Hochman there as a district attorney. Things changing. You guys have some level heads about this stuff. Freedom, the Second Amendment. Explain to me why this bill is so bad.
So, first we have to pay attention to the California legislature. Like, most of them up there are radical. Many of them up there do not care about us as people. This specific bill proposed by Rick Zabur basically was going to take away our right to self-defense, our right to have stand your ground, which we have here in California, and our right to the castle doctrine, which we have here in California. It was going to eviscerate all of that. It basically said that you had a duty to retreat if, let's say, you're out there and you see that your spouse or your child's being attacked or sexually assaulted, if you're being carjacked, if you're being robbed and somebody's using a deadly weapon, you have a duty to retreat before you can use deadly force in self-defense. You can't protect your home. We have the castle doctrine here in California where you can protect your home if you're threatened or if your family is threatened. It was going to change that as well. And so it was going to make it very, very dangerous for so many people in California. You should have a choice. You should have a choice that if somebody breaks into your home and they use deadly force, you have a right to use deadly force against them to protect yourself, to protect your children, to protect your spouse. If you want to flee, that's your choice to do that. But you should have a right to use deadly force if somebody enters your home, somebody sexually assaults you or sexually assaults your spouse or child.
Look, a lot of the viewers know I used to work for the NRA. Personal protection is somewhat of my hobby. Sometimes fleeing is a great idea. Sometimes standing your ground is a great idea. Every situation is different. Do not take those tools away from the law-abiding citizen who's trying to defend himself and possibly his family or the innocent. I saw in this bill, Jonathan, that another aspect of this is, I'm going to read it, when the person uses more force than was reasonably necessary to defend against a danger, that person could be charged with murder. So I guess if I shoot them 4 times instead of shooting them only once, then I could be charged with murder?
Yeah, that's the problem, is they're really helping criminals and they're not helping an innocent person. Also, I really believe, Grant, that they can't take away our guns, so now they want to take away our ability to use guns. And so they're just trying to do whatever they can to prevent people from protecting themselves with firearms. And, it's a horrendous bill. There was so much backlash against the person who drafted the bill that he tweeted and said that he didn't realize that the language was the way the language is, which tells you that this is an individual who is either lying, not telling the truth, or is drafting bills and doesn't even read them or understand them. And so, this individual he has no common sense. He's not an everyday person who has to deal with the crime that we've had the last 4 or 5 years with George Gascon, Chesa Boudin, Pam Price, attacking California and attacking the rights of innocent individuals. And so we have a high crime rate out here, and we need to defend ourselves.